Plus, find Seattle's best 12-ounce ground coffee for $5.49. Wrangler men's regular fit jeans are just $17.99. And Mobile One 5-quart full synthetic oil is $21.99 after rebate. Store-wide 3-week savings are happening now at Buy Mart since 1955.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Power through your summer chores with less downtime. Aww. And enjoy more playtime with Steel Battery.
Attention viewers. Good News Today, produced by Richland Lutheran Church, airing Sundays at 9 a.m., will be airing this Saturday, June 21st at 9 a.m. Good News Today will resume its regularly scheduled time Sunday, June 29th at 9 a.m.
Hello, I'm Alan Brecky from Alan Brecky Law Offices. For over 30 years, we've been protecting public safety in the Tri-Cities and surrounding communities. Some of our cases over the years have contributed to safer roads, safer public events, and a safer environment for our children.
A Palouse bike ride on Fly the Northwest, Tuesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Thursday morning. Right now you're taking a live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of Yakima Federal. This cloud, folks, it looks crazy, at least per the camera view that we have. I'm going to say this is a cirrostratus. That's going to be my final answer for now. Okay, wind gusts, it's a little bit breezy this morning in the Kittitas Valley. Elsewhere, the winds are light. Wind shouldn't be that much of a factor for today, but that's definitely going to change after 8 p.m. and especially as we head into tomorrow. Right now, temperatures in the 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the mountains. Your day planner forecast for today for lower elevations, 60s and 70s by the time we get to around lunchtime, maybe as you're headed to Chick-fil-A, and then 70s and 80s at the peak of daytime heating. Will actually be cooler than normal for this time of the year. Bottom line for the forecast, winds going to pick up tonight. They stick around for tomorrow. Rain chances going up Friday through Sunday. It looks like the wettest day is going to be on Saturday. About 15, cooling way down for this weekend, 15 degrees cooler than normal for Saturday, but about 25 degrees warmer than that for Wednesday. Lots of ebbs and flows to the forecast that we'll talk about on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, as we head into summer, celebrations are just beginning. But with dry conditions and burn bans, what are the rules when it comes to fireworks? We have the answers just ahead. And a new housing development in Kennewick is promising to help more people that are on a budget get into the home of their dreams. Also, today is Juneteenth, a day of celebration, but also of honor and remembrance. We'll tell you more about what this holiday means and how people across our region are celebrating. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Thursday, June 19th. Happy Juneteenth. Later on this morning, we'll have more about the federal holiday, but we want to get right into your top stories. And we're starting off with a crime alert. One person is under arrest this morning after a stabbing and car crash that happened in Kennewick. Police were called to reports of a stabbing on West 27th Avenue and also a crash on Bob Olson Parkway Tuesday. Investigators say 20-year-old Adam Hand had stabbed a woman near the parkway multiple times. She managed to escape and ran for help. Police say Hand then took off in a vehicle and crashed into a truck while he was trying to escape. He was captured a short time later.
When officers arrived at the collision, they identified the driver, and then once officers arrived at the assault incident, the female victim provided the name of the suspect, and officers were able to confirm that this was the same suspect involved in the collision.
Police say the man is facing felony vehicular assault charges and that more charges are likely. Now, the judge in the University of Idaho murders case says the prosecution and the defense need to prepare for the trial date to proceed as scheduled. Brian Koberger's defense team says his right to a fair trial is being impacted because of how much evidence they still have to go through. The prosecution disagrees, but due to the recent leaking of evidence to the media, the judge says he will consider the defense's request for a delay and will make a final decision soon. 4th of July is just around the corner, and the state fire marshal's office wants everyone to celebrate safely. So, a reminder to check for local bans before lighting anything up, and also be mindful of your neighbors. Fireworks go on sale in Washington starting next Saturday, that's June 28th, but safety officials say even legal fireworks can be dangerous. Last year, 32% of injuries came from people holding them, and most injuries were burns to the hands, arms, or face. They also warn against buying from stands that are not licensed.
But make sure that you're going somewhere that you trust, and they are explosive, so trust your gut on that. If you feel like something you're buying might not be safe or legal, just go against it.
If you'd rather leave it to the pros, you can head to applevalleynewsnow.com for a full list of public fireworks shows that are happening in our area. A new development from Prodigy Homes is officially in the works in Kennewick, and it's called Harmony Heights. The plot of land off West 10th Avenue and South Georgia Street will feature 28 lots for homes. Development on Harmony Heights is projected to be finished around November of this year. After approval from the city of Kennewick, the foundations of homes can begin construction. The owner of Prodigy Homes, Jason Wilkinson, wants to supply affordable housing for all Tri-Cities citizens.
Affordable homes is hard right now in general in Washington State. So these homes are going to be around 5 to 600,000 in here. So they're going to be done beautifully and masterfully, but you know, without hitting everybody's pocketbook so extensively.
Several local businesses are teaming up with Prodigy Homes on this project. That includes Hapo Community Credit Union, TTAP Development, and Knutson Engineering. All right, if you're a fan of sports cards, vintage coins, or just love treasure hunting, there is a free family-friendly event that's coming to Kennewick that you won't want to miss. The P&W Collector Convention is taking over the Three Rivers Convention Center. That's happening this weekend for the second year, and it'll be packed wall to wall with collectibles and nostalgia. The two-day event features more than 20,000 square feet of vendor booths, everything from rare sports memorabilia to hard-to-find comic books and coins.
This year we actually more than doubled the amount of vendors that we have. So we have 104 tables and 14 booths, which is pretty cool. So just about 100 vendors. And these vendors are traveling from all over. Vegas, California, I have someone from New York coming out, and all over the state of Washington, of course.
Sounds pretty cool. Again, admission is free and the doors open on Saturday starting at 10 a.m. and it'll go on until 5 p.m. Also today is Juneteenth, a time to commemorate the end of slavery in the U.S. It's the oldest celebration of its kind, but the nation's youngest federal holiday. A law President Joe Biden signed in 2021 gives it the official name, Juneteenth National Independence Day, and Biden credits advocates like Opal Lee for making that happen. Across the country, some celebrations are scaled back this year. Organizers cite safety concerns and growing resistance to DEI initiatives. And a few Juneteenth celebrations in our region. Over in Pasco, a day of service will be held at Kurtzman Park. That'll include a clothing drive, mental health services, food, and free haircuts. And then later you can head over to the Roll Arena in Richland for a skate party. Up in Yakima, there will be Freedom Day diversity training. And in Walla Walla, the celebration will get underway at Heritage Park at 12 p.m. Check this out. Opening day for Chick-fil-A in Kennewick is finally here. I can hear the angels singing. It's the first Chick-fil-A. That's just Josh, but no, it's the first Chick-fil-A franchise to open in the Tri-Cities area, and it's got a lot of people clucking with anticipation. I like that. And our very own Dan Hansen is reporting for Good Morning Northwest this morning, and he's live on Canal Street where we're less than a half hour away from opening. So Dan, what's going on?
Jess, I gotta tell you, one of the people that's talking is me. I've been trying to get one here since I moved here in 2001, and it's finally here. And I gotta tell you, right now, they just opened up the drive-thru, and there are cars just going crazy. There's a crazy amount of cars in the drive-thru. We're in the Hobby Lobby parking lot area, and right over by walking, our photographer walked over there, and there were cars backed up all the way over there. So people are here for super excited. We talked to one a couple of fans that have been here since 10 o'clock last night, camped out, waiting for this place to open. And I've got a Chick-fil-A story for you because I'm, one of their biggest super fans. I had surgery back in 2001. I was coming out of anesthesia. And after I came out of it, my grandmother and mother asked me, how are you doing? I was kind of groggy. They asked me again, how are you doing? I was still kind of awake, and the first thing out of my mouth is, I want Chick-fil-A. So it's just a short amount of time to open, probably within the next 20 minutes. And we'll be here to show you that. But Jessica, I'm curious, do you have a Chick-fil-A story?
Dan, every day that I wake up, I say I want Chick-fil-A. And finally, I can get it. So that's my Chick-fil-A story.
That's your Chick-fil-A story.
Yeah, pretty much. You got a Chick-fil-A story?
I don't have a Chick-fil-A story, but just like the way that their employees go through like fast food boot camp and the way that the line goes through so quickly, and if they forget like a ketchup packet, they'll run down Canal Street. They'll flag you down.
There's videos of them running down the street.
Yeah.
And they always say my pleasure, and it just makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited, and I hope he's bringing us back some food.
That's part of the stipulation, or
yeah, it's a rule.
Yeah.
We just made up.
We're gonna give him a hard time.